Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you an empties video. The last empties that I did was back at the end of last November, and although it has been 2 months, I haven't acquired like an immense amount of products by any means, but there is a significant amount of products that I want to share with you and just go over. And yes, we will just make a note of it, even though I don't really feel like it's important to say. I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm just not in the mood to wear any makeup right now. I just had a 3-hour long coding class and I want to do some yoga to just kind of like chill out before I get into doing homework. And I thought, why not sit down and film in between both of those two things and just really not feeling like putting on a full face. So let's just hop on into all the empties. I'm really excited to share these items with you so that I can toss some of these into the recycling bin and say goodbye to them. So yeah, let's just get on into it. So we may as well start with skincare. I think pretty much all of the skincare items that I have here are things that were not included in my skincare inventory, except for this product here. This is the Derma E Hydrating Eye Cream. As you can see, I cut into it to finish off every last bit of it, but I did have this in my skincare inventory video, but I recently just finished it off. I cut into here, got every last bit of it. This is like my holy grail eye cream because it's very, very simple. It isn't the most like heavy or super, super rich eye cream, but it does feel a little bit more nourishing and more like targeted, I guess, than just using face cream under my eyes. I do have some dryness under my eyes and I do have some fine lines. I'm approaching 30, so of course that's gonna happen naturally. So this little like oomph of hydration is really nice. I love using this underneath of makeup and just overnight in general. A lot of people don't seem to think that eye cream is an essential step, but for me, this is just the perfect eye cream kind of product. It just really does do the trick very, very well. I do have another one of these that I did receive in PR, and honestly, this is just my go-to. This is probably like the 5th one of these I've been through, and I love it. It's super, super simple, easy, and fuss-free kind of product. This next product is by e.l.f., but I cannot read exactly what this is called. I think it was called the Calm Balm because this is a CBD lip balm. And I ordered this, I'd say, just under a year ago from e.l.f. I think I just kind of threw it into my bag because it was like super close to the free shipping threshold if I just tossed this in. But it wasn't a bad lip balm. In fact, I managed to go through it pretty quickly for me. I find that with lip balms, they kind of stick around for a couple of years, but this one I kind of flew through. And I actually dug right into the packaging as well. I used a little makeup spatula just to get every last little bit of product out of here. You probably could not see that. But I did really enjoy it. However, I have so many lip balms, as you saw in my skincare inventory recently. I have like 7 or 8 of them that I still have quite a bit of product in, so I'm not going to be repurchasing this. I don't really think that it's anything like revolutionary or life-changing in any sort of way, but like if you're ordering from e.l.f. and you've been curious about it, it didn't disappoint me. It wasn't a bad product. It just didn't wow me. You know what I mean? This next product is by e.l.f. This is the Holy Hydration Face Cream. This I used as a like day cream underneath of makeup, and I did feel like it was very nice and it didn't really like interrupt or kind of like disrupt is what I'm trying to say, disrupt my makeup application in any way. And Patrick would use this both day and night, and he did find it hydrating enough for his very dry skin. However, it's not something that I want to repurchase because I didn't find that it was like anything remarkable. The price point was not bad by any means. I bought this at Walmart here in Canada, and I think it sat around $12, somewhere between like $9 and $12. I know that's quite a range, but I just can't remember. And I don't know. There's this lingering thing in the back of my mind, like this is a decent enough product that I could probably pick it up again and not have any issues with actually utilizing it. But the fact that e.l.f. doesn't have recyclable plastics, I'm not sure. It kind of just rubs me a little bit the wrong way. So I want to try to find brands that use at least recyclable packaging if they're going to have like plastic in their packaging, you know what I mean? I think I'm going to really try to prioritize that as I continue to purchase. So for me, this isn't going to be a repurchase, but it was definitely not a bad product. I have normal to semi-dry skin, by the way, just as a reference, but it pretty much just sits very balanced and pretty normal on a day-to-day basis. I used to have very, very oily skin, and I have had very dehydrated skin in the past, but now it's pretty normalized. And so this was good. but not groundbreaking again. So two just kind of like subpar sort of products from e.l.f. in my opinion. Next up we have this by The Ordinary. This is the Magnesium, I don't know how to pronounce that, Magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. Okay, why did I even try this? Ascorbyl? Yeah, maybe ascorbyl. I don't know, 10%. Anyways, it was a stabilized vitamin C, and this was like a vitamin C cream. I really enjoyed this actually underneath with makeup. I found that it felt very nice on the skin. It did offer a nice hydrated feeling to my skin without being like super slippy. But again, I don't think that vitamin C is the most effective product on my skin personally. I know it's meant to help really brighten the skin. I just find that for me personally, I don't see the results that I really anticipate, I guess, from vitamin C. So I tend to just use like a glycolic acid toner to kind of give me that sort of brightening effect. I don't need any more vitamin C products in my life. If you watched my recent skincare inventory, you will know I have enough vitamin C products to last me for probably all of 2021 and 2022. We'll see though. And then the next product I have here is the Pixi Glow Mud Cleanser. This was a like mud cleanser and it had glycolic acid in it. So instead of using this to cleanse the skin like over the sink when I was washing my face in the morning or at night, I would actually bring this into the shower. Well, I left it in the shower and I would just like put it on as almost like a face mask all over my face, and then I would shampoo my hair and put in my conditioner, and then I would rinse it off my face. Because it had that 5% glycolic acid, I felt like if I could leave it on for a little bit longer, it would be more effective, and I really did like it for that kind of use. But it's not something that I need in my life. I don't really feel like glycolic acid can be that effective if you're not using it for like several hours of the day. So it was good to try out. I think the reason why I ended up with this actually in my collection was because it was like a super good deal to just buy this in a combination set with the Glow Tonic, because it was like a Christmas pack, and I bought this years ago. Like that Glow Tonic has been long gone since I have had this in my shower, but yeah, it was not something that super wowed me, but it did the trick. Oh my gosh, is that really the theme of today's video? Maybe. I'm kind of sensing a theme here, that these are just products that I am working my way through to kind of just eliminate them from my collection and move on to things that I love more, including this product. This was something, again, it just didn't really do anything of like absolute value to me. This is the Bare Minerals Skin Longevity Vital Power Infusion. This was a serum. It was just a deluxe size sample that came in a Sephora Point Perk several years ago, and it did feel nice and comfortable on the skin. I would wear this underneath of makeup, underneath a moisturizer, or I would wear it overnight, and it never did anything to negatively impact my skin, but it didn't do anything that really super impressed me or changed any sort of like look of my skin perhaps. I honestly don't even know what this claims to do. It didn't do anything that changed my life, I will say that. But it is really hard, honestly, to know if a product is super impactful with only this small of a product. Like this was only 7.5 mils, so you don't really get to know a product in that time. And because this is so small, I didn't reach for this like every single day for a week straight. I kind of just remembered, oh my gosh, I haven't reached for that in a while. I should just kind of toss it into my skincare routine tonight to work my way through it. So that perhaps does impact my opinion on it as well. And then I have here a product that is a little bit of a sneak peek for my non-makeup project pan. This is the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid plus B5. I really did enjoy this product. However, it's not my favorite hyaluronic acid, and I did say that in the introduction of that project that I really prefer the one from Derma E, because this one does give a little bit of a sticky, kind of tacky texture that I just don't find enjoyable. So this one is very, very effective. I really do feel like it plumps up the look of my skin, my fine lines. It makes my skin feel really nice and balanced, but that texture is not impossible to deal with because obviously I worked my way through this, but it is a little bit off-putting versus the Derma E one just is much more smooth. It seems to sink into my skin much more easily, and it doesn't give me that tacky feeling on my hands while I'm working my way through the rest of my skincare routine. Like, I would put this on to my skin and then I would go to like dip my hand into a tub like this, and it just felt like I was putting something dirty into the tub because I had that sticky feeling on my hands. So as much as this was a really good and effective hyaluronic acid, the experience for me means that I'm probably not going to repurchase this. I would rather purchase the one from Derma E because it offers the exact same sort of effects without that sticky feeling. But a good product nevertheless. And just as a side note, I do use this in the way that Kelly Gooch does often recommend on her channel. I know that she really loves this product, and what she will often recommend is that you actually like leave your face damp and then use this on top of damp skin, and that's just to really help the product kind of work into the skin and like draw in the moisture from the water. I personally don't tend to just leave my face wet after like cleansing my skin. But what I will do is I will spray some water. I just have a old setting spray bottle that is filled with just water, and I will just spray the water on my face and then go in with this product because I really like to be able to work the product between my hands, and after I've cleansed my face, I don't know, I just feel like it's a little bit too much going on all at once. So I like to tone my face and then spray it with water and then work the product between my hands and kind of like press it into the skin. And I find that that is the best way to use this, and I really did like it. But again, that sticky feeling, not my fave. And the last skincare product that I have here, although I have several other products to talk to you about, is a sample from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Goddess Skin Clay Mask. This is a sample that came in the summer mystery box that I had back in July or August of 2020. I only got 2 uses out of this, and it was like super fragranced. I did not enjoy it. I actually just wrote on it, 2 uses, super frag. That's what I wrote on it with a not so impressed face. And yeah, it was just like very, the scent was not nice. The feeling of the product on the skin was quite nice, but I do think that Charlotte Tilbury skincare is just so ridiculously overpriced. So I don't recommend that, won't be repurchasing it, and honestly, won't be purchasing from the brand anymore at all, even though I don't totally know where I stand with like my technical like cruelty-free status anymore. I know that I don't want to support a brand who went into the Chinese market, left, allegedly, then went back into the Chinese market, and they've just really shown their true intentions as a brand over this past year in terms of the lack of inclusivity. And yeah, there's just so many reasons I'm not impressed by the brand, so I will not be purchasing from them, nor do I recommend it. I finished up a Marc Jacobs nail polish. This is the Lip Charm Enamoured High Shine Lacquer nail polish. I had this for quite some time, so I'm glad I finally worked my way through it. I know it looks like there's product in here, but it's just like all dried up on the edges. I actually did a huge purge and like went through all my nail polishes that were super dry and like gunky, and I am just decluttering a ton of products. I don't feel the need to like come on camera and actually talk to you and share with you all of the ones that I'm getting rid of, but I do have them all set aside. I honestly still have no freaking clue how to dispose of a nail polish, so I have like 2 years worth of empty nail polish and decluttered nail polish that's just sitting in my bathroom cupboard, and I don't know what to do with it. And so I'm not purchasing any more nail polishes so that I can really work like fully through the ones that I have. I don't want to get to this point where they get super thick and just unusable. I'm just not purchasing nail polishes for quite some time, and I did really like that formula though. That was a really nice like metallic that I found lasted really well on my nails, and it was a super pretty color. It was like a coppery kind of color, but that was just a digression, of course. Of course. This next product is one that I do definitely recommend. This is the Avocado Grapefruit Bar Soap by Crate 61. This is a Canadian brand, and this is just a beautiful bar soap formula. I find that these are really great and do lather up quite a lot, and the fragrances on these are so nice as well. This was, I think, like the third of these that I had been through, and I have two more of their different scents in my bathroom right now. One is, I cannot recall, vanilla something, and then the other one is a maple one, and they both smell so good. This smelled amazing as well. I definitely recommend these because they're really, really inexpensive and really good for bar soap. I don't find I get that like filmy kind of feeling on my skin or dry feeling on my skin either, like as the polar opposite. It just leaves my skin I feel that my skin just is very balanced and very just happy feeling after using this, and I can use this as a hand soap or as a body wash, and I just love it. I really, really enjoy it and definitely do recommend it. I buy it on well.ca, but they do have it also at the Zehrs near me, so I do find it's very accessible, at least here in Canada, and really inexpensive, and it does last quite some time as well, which is amazing. And then I have a couple hair care products. This first one is just a constant in my empties. This is the Avalon Organics Clarifying Lemon Shampoo. If you haven't heard the spiel, this is my favorite shampoo. It's just my tried and true. I use it all the time. It's the only shampoo I find that really, really works for my irritable, unhappy scalp. I have a miserable scalp that doesn't cooperate with any shampoo but this one. For some reason, this is just the only thing that works for me, because as soon as my natural oils start coming through, I get so itchy and so uncomfortable, and nothing makes my scalp feel clean enough except this. And so I use this all the time, and you see one of these in every single one of my empties videos because it's just my fave. I have been rambling for far too long. I'm gonna have to really pare down this video because my camera just timed out, and that's a sign that I'm saying way too much about all these products, because there's not a ton of products here in front of me, so oopsies. But this next thing is by Brioche. This is the Scalp Revival Conditioner. It did take me quite a while to work my way through this because I didn't use this on an everyday basis, but I really do enjoy this. This is not a conditioner that's for the lengths of your hair. This is a conditioner that's truly targeted for the scalp. And like I said, I do have a really irritable scalp, so this was something that offered a very soothing, cooling, and refreshing kind of feeling on my scalp that I just absolutely adore. But if I'm honest, I didn't enjoy this product as much as I enjoyed the shampoo in this line. That is one of the only other shampoos that does work for me, but I can't use it like super consistently. But I did really enjoy this. Like, it was a really great product, but I think if I'm going to purchase anything from this line, it's gonna be the shampoo, because it offers that little bit of exfoliation as well and that cleansing that this I just don't find is as necessary for me. I don't really want to condition my roots because my hair does tend to get oily pretty quickly. And yeah, I just don't find that this is like as useful to me, but I super enjoyed it, love the feeling of it. I know it's not for everyone, but I absolutely love the feeling of it. And I tried to get every last little bit of product out of here, and I took off the lid and I can't seem to get the lid back onto it. But yes, it was great. Super enjoyed it. And then I do have one more hair care product, which is an item that I finished off in my non-makeup project pan. I'm so happy I put this into that project pan. This is the Brioche Scalp Revival Charcoal and Tea Tree Scalp Treatment. This is in the same line as the conditioner, and it actually came in a like set with the conditioner and the shampoo and the brush, the scalp brush, which is also so good. But this was really nice at making my scalp feel like really refreshed and very balanced. However, I just don't feel like it was an essential thing for me. It was a step that I did really frequently forget to do, because it's something that you actually put onto your hair that is clean. Like, after you get out of the shower while your hair is still damp, you put this onto the scalp, and it just felt so backwards to be doing that. And it was just that extra step. I do shower at nighttime, and sometimes I just want to climb into bed and just be lazy. So this was that extra step that I didn't find was like life-changing or revolutionary for me, but it did offer a little bit more soothing to my irritable scalp, and I did think it was good. It didn't do anything harmful by any means, but I can live without it. And lastly, I have some makeup empties as well to share with you. The first one is the biggest feat that I am the most proud of for finally finishing up. This is the Too Faced Born This Way, a multi-use sculpting concealer. You would have seen that I finished this off actually in my 2020 makeup empties. I finished it literally just in time for filming that video, and I'm so glad because I was working on this for so freaking long. I took out the stopper in like the beginning of November, I believe, or maybe middle of November, and it took another month after that, if not more, to actually finish this off because there's so much product in here. There are, I think, 15 mils. I should know that by now. I talked about this in my 20 favorites in 2020 for a full year. But yeah, 15 mils of product, so it's half a foundation, and it was something that really challenged me to try to finish it up, but I'm happy that I have it used up. I really did enjoy it. The coverage was really nice and like medium to full without looking cakey or heavy or thick on the skin. I found that I could wear this actually underneath my eyes or like as a spot concealer across my face, even with a tinted moisturizer on the rest of my base, and it didn't look out of place, which is really hard to find with a like more medium to full coverage kind of concealer product. But I'm not super interested in purchasing from Too Faced at the moment. I'm also on my no-buy period right now, so I am doing a full no-buy all the way up until May, so I'm not purchasing anything else anyways, but I do recommend it if you want to have just like one go-to concealer that works for everything. I would wear this like mixed with tinted moisturizer as a full-on foundation. I've worn this as a full-on foundation as well while traveling. It is a really good diverse kind of product, and you get so much product that it will last through all of those different applications, but it's just not something that I absolutely need in my life. And then another product that I had in my 20 favorites in 2020 was this Colourpop Super Shock Shadow. This is a matte shadow in the shade Hanky Panky. I am so glad this is finally used up because this was something that was really challenging me in my 20 favorites in 2020 as well. I did, for the most part, use this as an eyeshadow throughout the year, but towards the end of the year, I discovered I adored this as a like cream kind of contour, and because it was a little bit more stiff by that time, I found that it just blended onto the skin in this way that looked so airbrushed. It didn't go on too like heavy pigment. That's not how you say that. It wasn't like too highly pigmented, because it wasn't too creamy. It just was very sheer in its application and very like airbrush. Like I said, it just looked so soft and so good, and I would contour down my nose, which I can never do with any other product, and I really enjoyed it that way. But I don't think this is a product that Colourpop offers anymore, and I really think that as much as I do enjoy the formula of the Super Shock shadows, I just don't think that I need them in my life anymore, because I can get those kinds of looks with the powder shadows that I have that last a little bit longer in terms of their like shelf life, and they're not individually packaged. So I think I'm gonna hold off from purchasing any more Super Shock shadows. I did have a like semi-love affair with them for the first few years that I started purchasing from Colourpop, but I'm taking a little bit of a departure from that. And then I also recently finished off this product in my Roulette Pan collab. If you saw the finale for that project, you will know. This is the e.l.f. HD powder in this shade Soft Luminance. It took me the full 4 months of that project to work through about half of this product. And so I would say if you are using this very consistently and you had one of these, it could last you about like 8 or 10 months. And I think that that's pretty good considering that these are super inexpensive, but I wouldn't say this was an absolute favorite of mine. It was a good powder, but I'm not really into setting my entire face these days. I like to kind of just leave my base unset and then set only underneath my eyes. And this did have a little bit too much sheen for the under eyes in my opinion, or like for my own personal taste. I do like to have something that's a little bit more matte under there because like I said earlier, I do have some fine lines, and I just find that it really like locks product down and it kind of keeps my under eyes from looking emphasized, I suppose. Super happy to have worked my way through this because this was something that I had lingering for years and years and years, but I do have so many other powders in my life that I need to work my way through. So don't need anything like it for the immediate future by any means. And then the very last product is this Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadow. This is in the shade Vivid Jade, which is a beautiful, like deep emerald smoky kind of shade. I used this a ton during the Roulette Pan collab project where I had it, and I had used it many, many times prior to it being in that project pan as well. And now it's finally bit the dust, you know? Unfortunately, it's something that I just can't seem to use anymore. I took the stopper out many, many times and kind of swiveled the applicator around to try to get the product to like rehydrate on itself. And then I used a setting spray to kind of try to rehydrate the product that way. And it's kaput. It's donezo, you know? It's been through a lot. And it's been enjoyed quite a lot, but it is time to say goodbye to it. Now I did see that somebody commented on that finale that they used this for nail polish. They mixed it in with a clear polish, and if I have a clear polish that has just the tiniest little bit of product left in it in my drawer, I think I might try to pop this into there and give it a go. I'll see how it goes, but I think all of my top coats at the moment are relatively full. So I might just, I mean, I'm gonna hold on to this because I want to do a 2021 makeup empties at the end of this year, but I gotta keep that in the back of my mind when I'm working my way through some of my clear top coats, that I may be able to turn this into a nail polish to get it fully used up. But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I've gone and rambled through all of these products. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm gonna go do some yoga and hang out and just chill for a little bit. But I really did enjoy just sitting down and sharing these with you. Let me know what you thought about all these products. Did you have similar experiences to me with some of these products? But yeah, that's everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.